going on, Ravens Flock? My name is Drastic, and I want to welcome you guys back to another video on our YouTube channel, Flock and Ravens. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about what? Deontae Johnson getting suspended by the Baltimore Ravens for one game against the New York Giants. Yo, this has John Harbaugh's ego written all over it. All over it. And what's crazy about this is you got to really look at the entire picture to really see what's the big issue about this situation. Because I think everyone except one person is on the same page when it comes to John Harbaugh, right? The fans, the players, the media, everyone. The only person who's not on the same page is Eric DeCosta. Well, it makes two. Eric DeCosta and Steve Bisciotti. Because this has to mean that Eric DeCosta is still trying to back up John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh's ego may have got hurt, whatever happened, because it hasn't been disclosed yet exactly what happened. This is all they're giving us right now. But no matter what the case is, Eric DeCosta should have simply said, you know what, John, until I see improvements from you, changes, positive changes from you, no one in here cares about your feelings, how you feel, how they made you feel, how they made you look. Because this isn't necessarily a decision that's going to hurt the Ravens. Because for number one, we didn't break the bank to get Deontae Johnson. I don't really think, all we did was switch the draft picks, right? Numbers. I think we went down or up, I don't know, a couple of spots, right? So it's nothing crazy. Deontae Johnson not being on the field is not necessarily a bad thing for me. Now, you guys could agree to disagree with me, but from the very few shots that he got, which some guy mentioned it in the last video, that he got 6 targets the entire time he's been with the Ravens. And I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure he dropped every single pass that went his way. Every single one of them. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So I'm not, looking up and whatever. You guys could do that, or if anybody knows exactly how many balls he dropped, how many targets, let me know down in the comments. But I think he dropped every single one of them. And if that's the case, there is no reason for Deontae Johnson to be on that field, in my opinion, right? I rather have Tylan Wallace. Tylan Wallace has literally made game-changing plays. He won us in overtime against the Rams, I think it was last year. And this season too, he made a touchdown when we needed it, like at a very crucial moment, right? So, and not just that, but I know in the past, Tylan Wallace was also an issue, bro. Like, he was dropping balls left and right. No diddy, right? But he hasn't been doing that. Now, he's been taking full advantage of every opportunity that he gets from Lamar Jackson, right? So he catches every single ball. Again, this isn't a fact because I don't have the stats with me. I haven't looked it up. But I don't think there is enough drops from Tylan Wallace for us to say, you know what, nah, he's also just as bad or worse than Deontae Johnson. But with that being said, that's not the issue. I'm not here making this video because I'm like, yo, what are we going to do? Deontae Johnson is out. We need him. No, the issue here is that John Harbaugh is still having a say in what happens with these players, right? And the front office is backing him up. They are agreeing with John Harbaugh. We're at a point, like I said earlier, John Harbaugh's opinion or feelings be a main factor in the decision that the front office is going to make. Look, man, John Harbaugh is supposed to be this special teams guru, right? Bro, you can't help Justin Tucker return to his old form to save your life, to save your job. You can't. What is he good for? What is Harbaugh good for? Everyone says, oh, he's great at motivating the team. No, he's not. Every time we have a big game coming up and we need to motivate our guys, who does he bring in? Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed. They come to the games at home against, I don't know, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and they talk to our guys. Harbaugh doesn't do that. Again, what is he good for? Now, y'all want to say, oh, but he's not the one we lost, and he's not the reason why, because he's not calling the offense plays. He's not the offense coordinator. He's not the defense coordinator. Okay, again, what is he good for? What is he actually good for, other than like what my guy said? Eye of Horus Taurus. Shout outs to you. Just saying like corny slogans. Who got it better than us? Nobody. All that BS. Cooking food for our players at his house, inviting them over, food trucks. That's all he is good for. So, why are we still letting him make important decisions? Now, again, I know Deontae Johnson not being in this game is not necessarily a big, important issue or whatever. I'll take it a step further, right? I remember I used to work at a laser tag place, right? And there was this manager, I'm not going to say names, but there was this manager that every single time he was in charge, meaning all the other managers, because we had a total of like 5 or 6 managers for this store, and they used to take turns, managing the store per day, right? So sometimes you'll have one manager, or depending on how busy it is, you'll have two. But anyways, this guy, every single time he was in charge, he had the store to himself. He could decide, all right, you're going to stay in the back, you're going to stay in the front, you're going to do cleanup, you're going to do this, that, and the third, whatever. It was a mess. It was a mess every single time. So things were not running the way they're supposed to. There was a lot of like long lines, even though it wasn't even a busy day. You would see like long lines. The bathrooms were not clean, at least not to the standard of the business, right? Just too many mistakes, right? And it got to a point that I remember once a month we had this thing called blackouts, where the owner would shut down the store on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't remember. Just for the employees, everybody would go, and it would start from like 10 p.m. all the way to like 6 in the morning, and he would let us pretty much order as much pizza as we wanted, have all the soda we wanted. It was an open bar. He also had liquor for the staff who were over 21. He would let us play all the laser tag we wanted and whatever, right? And while all of that was going on, he would dedicate 1 hour to bringing in the managers so that they could give their feedback on how they could improve the business, how they could make things better. And he would ask everybody, every single one of them, for their opinion and their feedback, right? And he would also ask the regular employees, right? It was a lot of us. And I remember this one occasion, he asked every single manager, because sometimes we would be allowed to be in the room. And this one time, I remember I was in the room. So he asked the first manager, the second manager, the third. And then he got to the guy I'm talking about. He skipped him. He looked at him, and he just straight up skipped him. And the guy, I guess he knew why. And he just went on to the next one, next one, next one. It's that bad that your opinion does not matter. There is nothing you could literally say or do that's going to that should impact a decision of the owner, what he's going to do, right? So the same goes with Harbaugh. Like, he's been doing such a horrible job that, like I said earlier, the fans can see it, the media can see it, the players. I mean, we're not in there literally, right, with the team, but you can kind of tell something's going on in the locker room where the players are getting fed up with John Harbaugh, right? So it needs to get to a point where the front office needs to put their foot down and say, no, I don't want to hear any more BS from you about your ego, this doghouse. The O line is messed up. That's clear as day. Find a way to fix it. I don't care who you gotta take out of your doghouse, but all of that needs to change. All of that needs to change. You cannot keep operating this team based on how Harbaugh feels about you personally. He takes personal feelings and he lets that dictate his decisions. That is not a head coach mentality. You can't do that. And this is why we don't bring strong minded players, people with heart, backbones, onto this team because Harbaugh doesn't want these players to undermine his decision or whatever. Same with coaching. I brought it up to my guy, like, again, right? I told Ioforus Torres, I was like, yo, like, why don't we bring in a guy like Eric Bieniemy, right? Or I don't know, Ray Lewis or whatever. And he said the obvious, right? Because if one of them goes into that building and says anything to Harbaugh, they're gonna listen more to Eric Bieniemy or what's his name? Any coach that comes, right? Ray Lewis, anybody. Coach Prime. Some people are even saying, "Yo, we should bring in Coach Prime." Whatever. Harbaugh is gonna lose that locker room like that. He's gonna lose his job very, very quick. So the decisions he's making off like what players we bring and what coaching staff we bring in benefits Harbaugh, but it doesn't benefit our team. It does nothing for our team because, like my guy said, bro, he brings people that he knows, people that have a connection with his family, his friends, whatever. That's the only way you come into this team. And that's true. That's true. And it's for the simple reason because they know Harbaugh, because they're connected to Harbaugh, they're not going to necessarily talk back to him or make a fool out of Harbaugh in front of all the players because there is some sort of connection or respect there, right? And here's another issue that a lot of people are not necessarily realizing. It's true that none of these people that he's bringing in are going to talk back to Harbaugh or undermine his decision or whatever. But that also means that when they see something that they don't like in that locker room, they're not going to want to stick around because they know they can't say anything. They don't have a say in anything. So what ends up happening? We lose our coordinators left and right, which is literally what happens every year. Like, look at other teams. It's not that nobody reaches out to all these great coordinators on other teams, right? They last so long on these teams because they're loyal to the coaches. Not because, oh, you brought me here. Because they actually take in account, like, yo, you might know a little something. That's why I brought you here. What do you think about Harbaugh wants to do everything. He wants everything his way or the highway. It's as simple as that. Forget it's football. Would you like to work with somebody like that? Or would you take the very first option or opportunity that comes your way to go to transfer to another location where you're seeing people are able to speak freely, give their opinion? You're going to prefer that over whatever Harbaugh has to offer. And that's what's happening. Everybody leaves, yes, because other teams are calling and reaching out and whatever, but they're also leaving because they know what it is with John Harbaugh. Mike, now I understand why Mike left to Seattle. I understand, bro. And the sooner these fans, the remaining fans, because most of the fans are finally realizing, they're saying, yeah, you know what? I have a lot of fans that are getting in comments in social media on the videos, whatever, that are saying, "Yo, I've been a huge Harbaugh fan for the longest time, and now I'm seeing it. He gotta go." A lot of people are finally seeing, but there's still some that are like, "No, no, no, no. Harbaugh is the truth. Harbaugh is the answer." But the sooner y'all realize, the sooner we're gonna be able to bring Lombardis to Baltimore. Harbaugh is literally our only handicap. And well, I don't want to say the only, because I feel like Eric DeCosta is showing signs that he may also be our handicap. Same with Steve Bisciotti. Yo, there's a lot of people. I've been seeing this movement of sell the team. Like, it's picking up, bro. The chants are picking up. I'm not going to speak on it just yet. But all I'm going to say is the chants are, they're rising, bro. Like, all over social media. And it makes sense because coaching staff doesn't change. The same BS every year. The manager allows it, applauds it, supports it, stands by him, buys a house, neighbors, whatever, right? And the owner does literally nothing about it. While all this is going on, he does nothing about it. So it makes sense why everyone's frustrated with the coaching staff, front office, and even the owner. Let me know what you guys think about this entire Deontay Johnson thing. Bro, why is it so hard? Like, why is it so hard for Harbaugh to just answer these questions, bro? Like, why did we have to wait 3, 4 days for you to say, for this information to come out? Just say, "Bro, we're gonna suspend boy because I don't know, he hurt my ego," whatever, bro. Why is it so hard? Just answer the damn question, bro. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this whole situation. At the end of your comment, make sure you leave hashtag FlockGame. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already. Do it now. And yeah, let everybody know what's the channel to go to if they want to see some Ravens content. And with that, I'm going to see y'all in the next video.